Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Knock Knock Hi with the Glauc Fleckens. I am Dr. Glauc Flecken.
I am Lady Glauc Flecken.
Will and Kristin Flannery coming to you for another episode of
Glauc Talk.
Glauc Talk, the talking of the Glaucs, Glauc to Glauc talking. And so we got some fun little segments for you today.
Yeah.
But first, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with you. Let me just set the stage here of what happened this past weekend.
Oh, dear.
So I think at the time I was like going out to feed the dog and water the dog and everything.
Okay.
And our youngest comes screaming down the stairs, screaming, "Daddy, Daddy!" It's like, what?
Oh,
She says,
I know what this is.
Says, "Mommy needs you. It's an emergency. It's an
I didn't
emergency."
know she said it was
yes,
an emergency.
It's an emergency. And my initial thought was like, did she, like what on earth? Like she's,
I was in the shower.
Right. So I was like, oh, what? Yeah, that's right.
Like,
You were in the
did
shower.
I fall?
Did you fall down? Were you like unconscious, bleeding all over the house? Like what was going? Like, oh my God, an emergency! Like emergencies in our house are like
yeah.
I'm having a cardiac arrest.
We've had some real emergencies.
Type of emergency.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just dropped what I was doing. I was, Milo was like, what the hell? Are you not going to feed me? Like, what's the deal? I thought I was getting food. But I like stopped what I was doing is I race upstairs, and then I get into the bathroom, and Kristin's like, "There's a bug on the ceiling."
No.
Yes.
In my defense,
I
didn't say there's a bug. I said, "Is that a spider?" Which is so much better.
There was a small mosquito-like object.
Okay, but
on the ceiling above her in the shower.
I, as you know, am blind as a bat when I don't have my glasses on, contacts in, which is the case in the shower because you have told me I'm not allowed to wear contacts in showers, that's not a good idea because of bacteria or something. I don't know.
But it doesn't matter.
Whatever. Anyway, so now I have to take a shower half blind. And I just saw a black dot on the ceiling that was about the size of the spiders around here. And it was moving. Like it was in one spot and I clocked it. And I'm like, okay, I can't tell if that's just like a speck on the ceiling or if that's a bug. So, and then I looked later and it was in a different spot. And I'm in the shower. It's a very vulnerable situation to be in the shower where a spider could just drop down onto your body. And so...
You'd wash it away.
But how... I am like legitimately arachnophobic. So to me, it's a big deal.
There's no, I don't mind.
You signed on for this.
I know. I am the bug killer.
You
in the
know
house.
what you married.
It's under the pretense of this being an emergency.
Well, I didn't tell her to say that. I just said, go get Dad and ask him to come quickly because I didn't want it to get away.
I think the best part was as I was taking the stairs like two at a time, our daughter says she's really scared. I think it was at that point that I was like, okay, this is probably a bug thing.
Bug.
Yeah, but then I got there and it was the smallest little thing you could possibly...
and if I had been able to see it and know it, I wouldn't have bothered you with it. But it just really...
I think you would have
could have been a spider.
Yeah, I guess we have to have a family meeting about what constitutes an emergency and what's not.
Yeah, I didn't tell her to say that I was scared and I didn't tell her to say it was an emergency. That was all her.
I got up there and
she
smashed
just knows
it,
that about me.
I smashed that bug.
That I must have been scared, which is very sweet, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
You did. You smashed the bug.
I did.
You saved the day.
Also, I guess I haven't really thought about like all my patients that have to shower without
it's hard.
glasses or contact. Aren't you? Isn't it most muscle memory though? Like you just know.
Well, sometimes it's like my shampoo and my conditioner are exactly the same, so I have to be like, like put it right up to my face.
Okay, gotcha.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's just, or
Well, it should be. I mean, you're nearsighted already, so that's good.
Yeah, but then
I'll tell you what. Once you're in your 40s, then
later this year.
That's true. once you're in your late 40s, you won't even want to wear contacts in the shower because then you won't be able to see up close.
Well, there's just no winning. You're always just a ray of sunshine in my day.
There you go.
Bringing me good news.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Nuance Dragon Ambient Experience, or DAX for short. This is AI-powered ambient technology that helps the physician be more efficient and reduce clinical documentation burden. It's great. To learn more about how DAX Copilot can help reduce burnout and restore the joy of practicing medicine, stick around after the episode or visit nuance.com/discoverdax. That's nuance.com/discoverdax. All right, should we get into our healthcare news?
Oh, good. Some more really depressing things. Sure, let's do it.
All right, here we go. This is actually not depressing. I chose a non-depressing thing.
Oh, thank goodness.
And it's actually not like breaking news. This has actually happened in November of this year. But, reasonably,
So,
recent.
healthcare events.
Yes. All right, so this is the news. Back in November at NYU Langone, I think it's Langone. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Langone?
A hospital in NYU.
We're going to sound real stupid again.
They transplanted an entire eyeball.
We didn't? I feel like we've talked about this.
I don't know. Did we? Well, we're going to talk about it again.
All right.
Because this...
Maybe that was just me and you.
It might have been. But this does... It actually comes up relatively frequently in clinic. Like people are you transplanting eyeballs yet?
Right. They saw it in the news and now they're bringing it up as small talk.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You got and these are the types of things that they come in and out of the news cycle every so often. Like they'll see someone made a TikTok about it or it's a Facebook post. Well, they're transplanting eyeballs now, and it gets it's totally taken out of context. And then you got people that come in to see me in clinic. They're like,
they want an eyeball transplant.
Can I get
this one's a dud? Give
can
me
I
a new
get
one
of them eyeball transplants?
Yeah.
Can we do that? And so I thought we could talk about it.
Yeah. Can you give me some eyeballs that work so I don't have to call you up to kill spiders?
No, absolutely not. But what this is actually pretty cool what they did. So first of all, it was a team of 140 surgeons.
Wow.
That were working on this thing.
These are all ophthalmologists?
It's like all the surgeons in the world. No, not all. So
I was going to say, because that's a lot of chairs to fit around one patient.
That would be a lot of chairs. We'd figure out a way to do it, though. So, no, it was not because it was a 140 surgeons because they were doing it was like a partial face and eyeball transplant. All right, so it wasn't just the eyeball. But the reason this is huge is because it was like a kind of a proof of concept type of surgery. So they were able to show that you could transplant the tissue of the eyeball into another person.
Okay.
And have the eye survive in terms of blood flow.
Okay.
All right. So the body didn't immediately reject the eye.
Right.
The retina had blood flow to it, and the cornea was clear. That's big. That's huge. That tells you right there. Those are two of the three most important parts of the eye for having clear vision.
Okay.
The cornea and the retina.
The third would be the lens?
No, the third. A lens is important, but a third is the optic nerve.
Oh, well, sure.
That's the problem. So even though they were able to successfully transplant this eye.
I never think of the optic nerve as part of the eyeball.
Yeah, well, because the vision is a brain-generated thing. Right. You got to have a functioning eye, but it's the brain that really processes the images.
Well, it's just like all the senses.
Correct.
That way.
Well, but this is the most important sense. But anyway, the optic nerve is very important because it connects the eye to the brain, and we still don't have a way of connecting a new optic nerve.
Yeah. To
a brain, or an eye to a new optic nerve. So that's still, we're not quite there yet. They've tried to do stem cell transplants, growing stem cells in a way that can regenerate an optic nerve.
Why is it hard to do that? What is it about the nerve? If they can do it with all the rest of the eyeball, what is it about the nerve itself, the optic nerve that?
Well, with everything else, it's more about connecting the blood supply. Which you can do. It's just like connecting two hoses together, right?
Yeah.
You're just tubes. You're supplying blood.
Little tiny ones.
And can you avoid rejection of the tissue? Will the new host recognize that as itself?
Right.
which is a different problem than trying to regenerate a tissue like nervous tissue, which the cells. God, now you're really testing me in
I
terms
like
of my
doing this.
biology. I
I
don't
put
like
you on the
this. I don't
spot.
like this at all. Something about pluripotency and multipotency and omnipotency. I don't know if omnipotent stem cells. I don't know. But the point is, I think it's something like when neurons they enter their final form, they can't change or something.
Mhm.
You're making me sound like an idiot here, okay?
This is really proving
The
that
point is
your characters are 100% based on research that you do right before the video.
you can't regenerate an optic nerve. That's the point, okay?
Okay.
Just like you can't do a brain transplant because the eye is essentially a part of the brain.
Right.
So
that part of the eye specifically.
But this did show that you can transplant an eyeball, which has never been done.
That's cool.
Yeah. And shout out to the patient, Aaron James, who is listed in this news report that I'm reading from the American Academy of Ophthalmology. He said he understood his role in advancing research. He said, even if it doesn't work, I'll have an eye and it'll at least be normal looking.
Well, yeah, that's a way to see the silver lining. No pun intended.
That's right. And you could learn something off of this. And so, that's absolutely true. I think now, what's the feasibility of having 140 surgeons, doing a transplant?
Well, hopefully once they figure it out, the idea is it would take fewer and fewer the better we get at it.
That's true. That's hopeful. Hopefully that's the case.
Get it down to a reasonable number
We'll
of chairs.
See. But now I can, when patients come in and they ask me, hey, can you transplant an eye? Can I just get a new eye? I'll be like, well, that can be done, but it doesn't give you vision yet. So we have not.
Won't be able to see.
Even in animal models, they have not figured out a way to restore any kind of vision.
What about you're not going to know the answer to this. I don't know why I'm even asking, but other nerves besides the optic nerve, like what can we do with nerves?
So there is actually a cool thing we can do with nerves.
What?
With the eye.
Ugh. Always with the eye.
So there's.
Tell me.
Well, it's not a transplant from a cadaver or something, but basically there's a disease called neurotrophic keratitis. So basically it's a neuropathy of the surface of the eye. So you lose nerve function of the surface of the eye.
Okay.
That includes involving the cornea. So the cornea is very sensitive. Like
so what are your nerves doing on the cornea other than, are they just like detecting, hey, something's close, close the eye?
Well, no, they're detecting, they're like pain. Well, they're doing several things, but pain sensation is a big one.
Yeah. Like something's in your eye, get it out.
So when you have neuropathy, when you have those nerves that for a variety of different reasons, they can just die off. There's different diseases that cause this. You lose that. What'll happen is the cornea will get cloudy. All right. Well, there's a procedure now that's not done very frequently, but you take the sural nerve, which is a nerve in your leg, and you connect that nerve to the supraorbital nerve. I think that's the one. And so you're doing a connection with your own body, your own nerve, and that supplies new nerve input to the cornea.
Are you resecting the nerve in your leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're connecting it.
Move it up.
You're moving it up to a nerve on your eye.
Eyebrow.
And then connecting the end of the nerve to the cornea.
Right.
And then in some cases, it'll restore function of the cornea. That's pretty wild.
That is pretty.
That's pretty wild.
Do they know why that works?
I don't know.
They just know that it works.
They know why it works?
Yeah.
Stop asking why.
It's what I do.
It just
You're
works,
like my
okay?
fourth grade math teacher.
You know how many
when I asked why it works, and she said, "In math, we don't ask why. We just do it."
Math is a little bit different than the human body, than biology. Sometimes in medicine, we just do things and they work, and then we figure out why they work later.
That's disconcerting.
Well, but it works, right? At least it works. All right. That's enough about transplants. I am not a transplant specialist.
Correct. But that's very cool.
Isn't it cool? I thought it was cool.
It is cool.
That's your health news for today. So what I thought we could do now is a little top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. We're going to do some top 5. So the premise
We
here.
need like little theme songs for these
We
segments.
do. Let's get our producers on this. I
They
bet
need more to do.
let's give us a little top 5. I don't know, something fun. Top 5. All right. So what I thought we could do is let's pretend we're in a world where let's go back in time, but we still have all the knowledge that we have now. Okay.
If I knew then what I know now.
Yes. We're going back in time before I chose ophthalmology as a specialty.
Okay.
And we're having a conversation. I'm in med school.
Yeah, I remember these conversations.
Yep. And so we're talking about what I want to be.
Okay.
So I asked you to list the top 5 specialties that you would want me to choose.
Yes.
Based on all the information you know now.
Yes.
And then I did the same. If ophthalmology wasn't an option, if we didn't have eyeballs for whatever reason, what would we choose? So let's go from 5 to 1.
Okay, I want to do this caveat though, that at the time it was very supportive and just said, whatever you want to do, I will support you.
Okay.
Okay, I just need the people to know that was the real answer.
It was.
Before we get into this game.
You were. But now you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of things you've learned. Probably learned a thing or two about the different specialties from my videos, I would guess.
Yeah. Do I watch your videos?
Where else did you watch them? Oh, please, you watch them.
Only because you make me.
You absolutely watch them.
Every time you do one, I have to watch it.
All right, so we went. We're gonna go 5 to 1. I'll let you go first.
Okay, 5 to 1.
Just do 5, and then I'll do 5, and then.
Okay, alternate.
Yep.
Okay, number 5.
Yes.
PM&R.
PM&R was my number 4.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That's right. So why did you choose that?
Well, 1, because we are getting old, and that would have been useful. But 2, because, and I did not know this back then, but now I know that I am somewhere on the problematic end of the hypermobility spectrum. Yes. And I feel like that could be you could be helpful to me.
This was a very selfish choice for you.
100%.
Yes. Okay.
I know nothing about the lifestyle of a PM&R physician. I just want you to be able to help me.
So when I was at the end of med school, like choosing what specialty I wanted to do, I didn't even know PM&R existed.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did learn that from your videos. I didn't know about it.
That's how under the radar this specialty is. Yeah. Like it's not talked about.
Well, say what it stands for.
Oh, physical medicine and rehabilitation.
And how is that different from a physical therapist? I still don't really understand that.
Okay, so
is it different?
Yeah, oh yeah, very different. So they work together.
Okay.
But a physical medicine, a rehab physician went to med school, and so they do a lot of I think of them as doing a lot of like inpatient rehab type stuff. And just like any specialty in the hospital has like a multidisciplinary team, I think they work well with like occupational therapists and physical
But what do they
therapists.
do that differentiates them from the rest of the team? What is that? You don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you need to like go turn your power off and back on again? Just reset?
I don't know.
Need a little reboot?
I don't know. And now I feel really bad that you're asking me this, and I don't know exactly.
Someone tell us in the comments.
Well, I know that they are very active in they're like the lead in the rehab process for anybody coming out of the hospital who needs recovery either from like a stroke, heart attack, some kind of like really difficult illness. They need to get back on their feet. Mm-hmm. The rehab physician is like the lead. They coordinate.
I guess another way to ask a question would be like, what medicine is involved in rehabilitation?
It's like limbs and joints and muscle groups and you're just basically trying to.
So what medicine? Those are body parts.
Oh, they do. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I didn't know what you were asking about. So they do a lot of there's a lot of Botox involved. That's one thing they do.
Yeah, for the muscle.
Yeah, there's other I don't know, muscle, probably some steroid injections involved. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
I'm not a rehab specialist. I just made 2 videos once about them.
Okay, well, you put it as your number 4, so I thought maybe you knew something.
The main reason is because they have incredible job satisfaction.
Oh.
Like, because their patients they're helping their patients get back on their feet and do their normal activities of daily living.
That does make you very happy.
Yeah.
Like,
So
my physical therapist is one of my favorite people.
So I don't know like totally what the whole scope of their job, but I do know that the patients that they're treating are incredibly thankful for what they do because it's helping them get back to normal after like a severe illness.
Right.
So that's the main reason I chose it. Also,
Ophthalmology.
Of course, it's a great work-life balance too. So, knowing what I know now, how important that is to me.
Well, yeah, there wouldn't have been a Glaucomflecken if you didn't have a...
So that was my number 4.
Okay.
My number 5.
Yeah, what was 5?
Dermatology.
Oh, okay.
It's because I like outpatient.
Yeah.
I get the impatient, not knowing. I like knowing that there's going to be an end to my day, like when that's going to be.
Yeah.
I like structure in my work life
Mm-hmm.
and how fast paced clinic is. I like clinic. Some people hate
you need
clinic.
to go fast. You like to go fast.
I love clinic, and much more than inpatient medicine. So I figured I'd stay, even though skin, yeah,
kind of gross.
Not great.
Yeah.
But I could learn to tolerate it.
Better than teeth?
Oh yeah. Oh no. Dentistry, bottom of the list. Absolutely not. I don't. Even actually,
are teeth your spiders?
Actually, now that you mentioned,
are your teeth spiders?
Okay. No, I'm not like. I'm not gonna be like teeth emergency, Kristin. No. But now that I think, now that you've reminded me how much I don't enjoy the mouth and teeth, I'm regretting one of my choices later. But anyway, so dermatology is my number 5. What was your number 4?
So 5, PM&R and dermatology. 4, you put PM&R.
Yeah.
I put radiology.
Okay, radiology was...
No, you can't tell me the number. No,
okay.
Shush.
Oh, all right.
You just tell me the one we're on.
All right, gotcha. So yours was...
number 4, radiology.
4 was radiology.
Because it's still pretty good work-life balance.
Yep.
But mostly, so that would be the selfish one.
Yeah.
But then for you, you don't have to talk to anyone.
That's nice.
Yeah, you don't like talking.
Occasionally you talk to people, but it's
not very often.
And
it's like your colleagues.
Right.
You don't have to like
be on.
When you're working with people, you get to know each other. You kind of know each other's personalities. If you're a good person, bad person, whatever. Right. So like eventually you can kind of just have the shorthand, and I feel like that would be that would work well for you.
Yeah, I like radiology. It made my list. I'll tell you later when it was, but I like the...
So you can't tell me if it made your list.
Okay.
You're ruining the surprise.
God, well, fine.
Okay.
I like the technology. I like the kind of work at your pace kind of aspect to it. Like you just have a list of things of scans you got to go through, and you just got to go through it.
And that's kind of how you preferred to learn all through school, right? Like that, and how you prefer to work.
And radiologists are known as like the doctor's doctor.
Yeah.
Like you're helping the doctor. They help other physicians and with certain things. I think I could get into that. So.
And you don't have to deliver the bad news.
Well, it depends on the type of radiology. Because remember, I had a radiologist that diagnosed me with cancer. So at ultrasound, that was a radiologist that came in and talked to us. So I think that's a bit of a miss. God, I'm having trouble with words today. That's a misconception. That's a misconception of radiology, is that they don't ever provide those diagnoses.
But they're not usually the
Maybe
one
not
in the
most
room.
Commonly, yeah, but that they do. They do some of that. So anyway, but yeah, your point stands.
Yeah.
All right. My number 5 was dermatology. 4 was PM&R. 3 is anesthesiology.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought about anesthesia for you, but I did not put it because I thought you would take it really hard, like if somebody died, and I know you would feel like it was your fault, and you would not be able to deal with that well. I think because you beat yourself up about things.
If I make mistakes,
that's just the type of thing you do.
I don't know. But they get to sit down a lot.
You do.
I do enjoy that. You know how much I like that.
And they get breaks.
They get breaks, and I'm more of a morning person.
It's true.
Like, I'm okay getting up early.
Right.
And they got to get up
Selfishly,
way early.
that was the reason I also didn't put it, was I don't want to have to be the one to do all the morning tasks at home.
Okay.
Getting the kids off to school.
Fair enough.
Breakfast.
All right, what was your next one?
Okay, number 3 for me, for you, was urology.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that many penises. I'm fine. I'm fine
Again,
with...
really all of mine are kind of selfishly motivated, because the reason that I put urology was, first of all, they have a good sense of humor. Yeah. Okay. But more importantly, then maybe you would have been able to help yourself.
Yeah, I could get free testosterone.
With your cancer. Yes.
I just imagine they have a room full of all the testosterone in the world. They just go and get fistfuls of testosterone whenever they want. That would be... I didn't think about that. But I don't want to...
But like we talked about in the last
30 penises
Glauc
a
Talk,
day.
sure, but like what we talked about last time was that we didn't know that there was like advances in these treatments.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
that's why I chose that.
It's a good choice, but from my end, there's many reasons why it didn't make the list.
I mean, it's just like any other... I don't know. Like once you... If that's your job...
I don't want to do penis surgery. I mean, I know they do other things, but like
I just feel like if that's your job, you stop.
You pick an organ.
It just becomes
that wouldn't
your
be high
job.
on my list of organs.
Like, why not?
I don't know.
You have one.
Yeah, I have a lot of things, but it doesn't mean I don't want to specialize in it. All right.
Okay.
Interesting choice.
I just thought it would be useful and helpful for our family.
My number 2. So the second, my second most likely specialty I would go into, if not for ophthalmology, is pathology.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a good one. I think that. For the same reasons as radiology.
Yeah, pathology, I don't know.
People are going to leave you alone.
People are happy. And I don't mind looking in microscopes. I do it all the time anyway. Like I have 5 different microscopes I use on a daily basis. I think
that's the thing people don't realize about ophthalmologists, right? Is like that it's all very microscope based.
Yeah, lots of slit lamps. We got operating microscopes. We got all these handheld little devices. So a lot of microscopes. So I don't mind microscopes.
Right.
And it's kind of cool. Like I don't know, radiology or pathology seems cool.
Yeah, so, and you get to just like be alone in a basement all day, and you don't have to talk to anybody.
You're making wide, gross generalizations about pathologists
based on your skits. Okay. You said based on what I know about your skits.
But they are very happy though. They're very happy.
They are, and because nobody's bothering them.
And I would name a microscope.
Yeah, what would you name it? You already named one, I guess, in your skits. But if you had to really name one in real life.
I like Reginald.
Reginald.
Call
it Reggie for short.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good name for a microscope.
Every once in a while when you're bonding, you might, hey, Reg.
Hey, Reg. What's up? Yeah, exactly. Okay, what's your number 1?
Okay. No, I haven't done my number 2.
Oh, number 2. Sorry.
Number 2 for you. Pediatrics. This is entirely selfish based. This has nothing to do with you.
To know what
it is because
with the kids.
I would like you to be more helpful with knowing what is wrong with the kids. Yes. And also, they seem very happy, and I would like for you to be happier.
Fair enough. Pediatrics just barely missed my list. So because I do like kids. I like I think I could get into it. I could do like pediatric surgery.
You could be silly.
I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
You're good with kids, and you like the babies.
My number 1 was radiology. So that because I almost chose radiology over ophthalmology. That was like right there.
The 2 you were trying to decide between.
What about you?
Dermatology.
You chose derm first. Okay.
Yeah, because
skincare.
I would like skincare.
Oh, yeah, you're all over the skincare stuff. All right.
And also because very similar to radiology and ophthalmology, good work-life balance.
Okay.
Good salary or
Yeah.
Whatever you call it when you're a doctor.
And I'd have the time to still be Glauc and
Yeah. But mostly the skincare I would like for some free stuff.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with another segment. Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
AI tools are everywhere now.
That is true, and they're here to stay.
That's right. Well, have you heard about Precision?
What is it?
This is great. This is the first ever EHR integrated infectious disease AI platform.
Ooh, that sounds useful.
Infectious disease, it's a hard field. You got to figure out when to start antibiotics and try to decrease resistance and how long to keep the patient on. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Well, this is an AI tool that automatically highlights better antibiotic regimens. It empowers clinicians to save more lives while reducing their burnout. To see a demo, go to precision.com/KKH. That's precision spelled with an X instead of an E. So PRXCISION.com/KKH. All right, we are back, and we're going to do something that's called Why Are You Like This? Because last time we did, what was this? We did a similar one.
We did Why You're Wrong.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did Why. So we're going to do Why. Why are you
like this?
Why are you like this? All right. So, do you want to go first or me?
Okay, I'll go first.
All right.
Why do you put your clothing when you have taken it off your body? You put it in little piles just around the house. And one of those piles is right next to your laundry hamper, to the point that it is touching the sides and bottom of your laundry hamper, but you just can't quite seem to get it in there. There's no lid. There's no step you have to take to put it there versus on the floor right next to it.
All right, I'll tell you.
And the number of dirty socks that I have picked up from your side of the bed is disgusting. Why are you like this?
Because when I get ready for bed and I brush my teeth and I
barrel into the bed.
Barrel into the bed.
As if your underwear are on fire.
I don't have a hamper next to my bed. Right?
Right. That's one of your pile spots.
Right. So I just as soon as I take my socks off and my pants and
right. Okay. Let me ask you this though.
I just want to get in bed. I don't want to have to
Why can you not take them off
in the bathroom before?
Yes. We are brushing your teeth right by where your hamper is. You could take them off in there before you come into the bedroom.
Well, sometimes I want to wear them again.
Your socks and your underwear.
Well, not the socks. Maybe the underwear. No, okay. I'll tell you what, sometimes in the morning when I'm getting in the shower, you are blocking the closet doorway. And so
we're talking about nighttime.
I have to throw the things into the pile in their closet because I can't reach my hamper.
I'm very tiny. You can step over me.
Okay, I think I know what answer you want. And yes, that is the answer. It's laziness. That's what it is. If that's what you're getting at, you're absolutely right.
I'm not. I'm genuinely baffled
by this. It is pure, unadulterated laziness.
But that still doesn't explain why you would not take them off in the bathroom versus in the bedroom.
Because that requires higher level thinking.
No, it's just a habit.
No, I just A to B. Like, I'll get ready for bed. I go get in bed, and on the way, I get the clothes off.
But can the way
I am not as organized as you.
It's right there. You're right by it.
I don't think about it. And so if I get out there to the bed and then I take off the socks, I don't think, there's no way in hell I'm going to turn around and walk the 8 feet back to the hamper and put it in the hamper and then walk back to bed. No, that's too many steps.
You know what? You say this. You're like, oh, I don't have a hamper by the bed. I have put hampers in every single place.
Okay.
I've done this before. I've run this experiment.
All right.
I have put the hampers everywhere you put a pile. And do you know what happens?
I still make
pile right next to the hamper.
It's got to be it's got to be some kind of evolutionary advantage.
Doesn't make
piles.
any sense.
Well, like, you know,
right there.
Like,
the hamper contains a pile.
Piles. Like,
the hamper contains a pile. You can still pile in the hamper.
I don't have a good explanation for you, other than obviously the laziness tactic.
Why does it seem more appealing to put it on the floor next to the hamper than to just put it in the hamper?
I am a messy person.
You prefer a mess.
I'm a mess.
I
have
it that
mess,
way.
And I have a one-track mind. My mind, it's not telling me, okay, put your clothes away first and then get in bed. My mind is like, get in bed. And the clothes, doesn't matter where they end up.
I could put a hamper every step of the way from the bathroom to your side of the bed, and you would still pile it next to those hampers.
Like a hamper trough.
Jeez.
That goes from my side of the bed, like a urinal trough.
Yes.
Yeah, it just goes along my side of the bed, all the way around into our bathroom, into the closet.
So you would like to sleep in a barn?
If that's what it takes, I'll consider it.
All right.
Can I give you mine?
Okay.
Why do you have to have so many pairs of shoes?
Oh, I don't. I don't have very many pairs of shoes.
You have dozens of pairs. In fact, take
a deep breath.
I feel like you could fill up an entire closet just with your shoes.
So what you've just asked me is, why are you an average female?
Okay, so explain it to me. Like, why? What is the shoe thing?
As part of an outfit.
I have 3 pairs of shoes.
Okay. I have, how many pairs of pants do I have? A bunch. How many shirts do I have? A bunch. How many blazers do I have? A bunch.
But shoes are something you could wear every day.
And I do wear for just like every day. I've got everyday shoes.
Okay.
Yes. But then you might want different colors to be able to match different outfits.
Neutral color.
Also, part of the answer to this is the patriarchy, because I am expected to dress a certain way as a female, right? When you're not professional unless, you're dressed a certain way, your hair's a certain way, your makeup's a certain way.
We're recording a podcast. You don't know, nobody sees your shoes.
It's a video podcast. I'm not wearing any shoes.
You're making my point for me. So why even have them if you're not going to need them?
I do need them. I go out into the world and I do things.
When?
When we give keynotes or do live shows, or I do things with the children, or I go for a walk, or I go do errands. Sometimes I leave this house to do my work.
I mean, it's not so much that I understand the need for shoes, but it's the sheer volume.
Yeah, it's because they're part of the outfit. They're not just a utility. They are it's about color, style, heel height. Because sometimes your pants are different lengths.
Okay.
And so you need like different size heels to balance that out. If you're going to be doing a lot of walking or not. Sometimes I need 2 pairs of shoes. Like when I used to work in an office and I would walk from the parking lot in my tennis shoes or my snow boots or whatever. And then I would change into like heels or something once I got inside. So there's
that
a
sounds
bunch of
exhausting.
Shoes. And then when I get home, I have house shoes because you want your feet to be warm, but you don't want to bring your dirty shoes in the house. So then I gotta have some of those.
And this is why you need the bigger closet?
Among many other reasons, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's part of your outfit. It is art.
I have props now, fashion. Though. I have props now. So I might actually need a bigger closet than you.
You don't.
If I have all these.
You only have a few props. And I have already made you a system for that you also do not use. That you put the props next to the drawers that I've built you.
All right. I'm a mess. We've established this.
I really don't have as many shoes as a lot of women do, though. I really don't. Because I work from home.
Our oldest is starting to wear your shoes now. No, she's outgrown
them. Now the younger one is my size because I have a very tiny foot.
I guess that's
I'm
the
a size
one
5.
Good thing, potentially, about you having so many shoes is that we can maybe buy fewer shoes for them. Because they can just take your shoes, the dozens of pairs that you don't ever wear.
When our oldest was wearing that size, I let her borrow my shoes all the time.
Okay, so it's going to save us money in the end.
Until it's only for like a few months at a time because they grow so fast.
Okay.
So if the younger one's in them now, we're looking at the end of that benefit.
So anyway, that's helpful, kind of. I mean,
see, you just don't value style.
You're right. I don't, and I probably should.
But it's also
I've been following a guy on Twitter
an
who's really into like men's fashion.
Oh,
I've learned
you
a thing or
have?
two. I have.
What got into you there?
Well, he's kind of funny.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
He's kind of funny, and it's always fascinating when someone talks about a thing that they're an expert in.
Yeah.
You know, just so you're listening to them talk,
Right.
and they're using strange words that you've never heard of before.
Right.
And so I've learned about some men's fashion.
What have you learned? Tell me a thing or two.
About like what is a well-fitting suit and what's not a well-fitting suit. Like you shouldn't have a gap between the coat and your collar.
Okay.
And that the trend of like the tighter fitting suits is not good.
Oh, why is that?
Because it restricts your movement. And sometimes if you're wearing a suit, you'll be in different positions, you'll do different things. And
welcome to all of women's fashion.
Oh, these aren't new topics. These aren't new concepts at all?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, check out the guy's like, I think it's work. Oh, I forgot his name. Anyway, he's like the men's fashion guy on Twitter. He's got like a ton of followers. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm learning a thing or two.
Well, good.
Still not going to buy more shoes.
I wish you would. I wish you had more shoes.
Half of my shoes are hand-me-downs from my uncle.
Oh my gosh. And they're from like the 80s.
They're pretty old. High quality though. All right, that was fun. And that was Why Are You Like This? A segment is surely not to cause an end to our marriage. All right. Let's see. I guess let's take one more break. We'll come back with a fan story, shall we?
Let's do it.
Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
Notice anything different about me?
You look the same as always.
I'm covered in mites.
Well, you don't have to tell everyone that.
Maybe you need a mite too. What do you think?
I prefer to be mite-free.
You know what these things are? They're Demodex.
I know. They're enormous.
Have you ever had red, itchy, irritated eyelids?
No, but that does sound very uncomfortable.
It could be caused by one of these little guys. Now, they're a lot smaller in real life.
Well, that's comforting at least.
But they're called Demodex, and it can cause problems with the eyelids. They're the mites that live on your eyelashes.
Just chomping on all that goo.
Now, it might seem gross, but you don't want to get grossed out by this.
Okay.
All right. You got to get checked out.
That is
right,
very
so
sensible.
Go to your eye doctor. Ask about Demodex blepharitis. All right. That's really what you got to do. Or DB. If you want to be a little shorthand with it.
Yeah, make it sound like you know what you're talking about.
Exactly. To find out more, you can go to eyelidcheck.com. Again, that's EYELID check.com to find out more information about these little guys.
Tell them Dr. Glauc sent you.
That's right. Demodex blepharitis. All right, we have a story from John. John said he just read your AMA. I did it.
Your AMA, yep.
I did my AMA on Reddit. Yep. That was a fun experience.
AMAs. Ask me anything.
I did like 4.5 hours of typing. It was a lot of typing because normally I have a scribe that does that, but I did it all myself. Are you proud of me?
Am I supposed to?
I did my own work for me.
Wow. Yeah.
Yay.
Good job.
So anyway. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good questions. And so he says, I mentioned that I get stories and ideas from strangers. So he thought he would give me some.
All
right. So John says, I know a while ago you held a birthday party for family medicine. I did a video about a year ago or so. And I think this year you should also have him list off Christmas gifts he receives. So John here is a family doc. And he said he gets a lot of Christmas gifts. So he went through and told us some of the more common categories of things.
Yeah, like you get Christmas gifts from your patients and things.
Yeah, I get some. I don't get nearly. John must be a very good doctor because he gets a lot of stuff here. So this is
you get like food products.
I get some food stuff, some cards. Nothing major. I mean, those are great. Like, I don't expect anything from patients, right? So it's always really nice,
it's just nice,
fun things. So here are the things that John gets: baked goods, candies, jams, home canned goods, lots of free food.
Yeah, see,
absolutely, that he can share with the staff. That's all good. Kids' drawings.
Oh,
that must be really fun. As a family dog, he sees all ages, right? So as a kids' drawings, that must be a lot of fun.
I like his drawings because they're so weird.
I know.
But in like the best way.
All my patients are in
how
their
does your
80s.
little
They
brain
don't
work?
I would love it if my patients would give me drawings.
Yeah.
Why not? You don't have to be a kid to draw things.
That's true.
So anyway, maybe you should give me some drawings sometimes.
Well, I'm very bad at drawing, but I could be about the same level as a 3-year-old, probably.
All right. Wine. He says, so much wine. Once, homemade wine.
Oh,
And he says, it was not good.
Huh.
I also received homemade wine once.
Was it good?
Stuffed animals and clothes for his 2 children. Socks. He gets socks. I've gotten socks. Socks is a common one. Used golf balls. He says, a patient who lives next to a golf course collects balls she finds in the woods all year and brings me a grocery bag full of golf balls. He says, I do golf like twice a year, so it's like a 4-year supply each time. I love it.
Well, it's very thoughtful. She knows he golfs, and so she goes and collects.
She knows you golf. That takes like actual like forethought and effort.
Yeah.
I love that. A rifle scope and ammunition.
Oh,
not for me, but another family doc mentioned he likes hunting, so the patient asked what type of rifle. And next visit, he got a box of rifle ammunition and a nice scope. Wow. This reminds me of studying for step 1.
Mm-hmm.
There was always this practice question that would come up. It was like a patient who's a
brings
clock
you a Christmas
maker
gift.
Brings you like a gift.
What do you do?
What do you do? Like, do you say no, thank you? Do you accept it? Do you whatever?
Yeah.
And it was like the point of it was like if it makes sense for what that person does, or it's not too expensive, then accept it.
Yeah.
But if it's like a Rolex,
right,
you just like politely decline it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I don't know how you find that line, but
also, how do you politely decline a gift? It just feels like that's awkward.
That's true. Like, how do you do that? I don't know. It was.
I mean, I know what you would say, but it's still going to be very awkward.
Yeah. And then John says his favorite was a long sword. He got a long sword as a Christmas gift.
Oh no, a colleague.
He says a colleague once was talking about to a patient about hobbies, and he mentioned his sword collection. The patient took that as, I'd love to have a sword, and next visit brought him a 3.5-foot metal sword. It just sits in the corner of the office because he doesn't know what to do with it.
That should be the question on the test: is a patient brings you a weapon as a gift.
Let this be a lesson to all of you. If this is, how about a good reason to have small talk with your patients? Like, you never know. It may end up getting a sword out of it. I don't know.
Mention your hobbies.
There you go.
And see what happens.
Mention your hobbies. I don't know what if I talked up more about my social media presence, because I don't
to
bring
your
it up
80-year-old patients.
Yeah, like what would they do? Think they'd bring me a microphone?
I don't know what they think would go into that.
I've got every week I have people that recognize me, and
I know, but if they're trying to give you a gift for it,
I don't know how you do that. I don't know.
You have gotten like costumes and props and stuff.
I do. I have gotten people email. That's usually by email. They're like, hey, can I send you something? So that's fun. All right. Anyway, thanks, John.
All sorts of things.
Also, seriously, that's a huge haul he must get every year. And that tells you he's a fantastic doctor.
That's true.
I mean, because patients
you
gotta
don't
love
have to give your doctor a gift.
Absolutely. And they're
Nobody
like, I want to
expects
do something nice for my doctor that I love so much. Well done. Send us your stories, knockknockhi@human-content.com. Let us know what you thought of the episode. If you have other things that Kristin and I could argue about, we'd love to hear that. We're learning things about each other.
Is that our favorite thing to do with each other?
I would say these are not real arguments, more like just trying to come to an understanding about parts of our personalities. Because, even after however many years we've been married, we still kind of
don't understand each other.
No, we understand. I understand you way far too well.
I don't think you do.
Oh,
I think you're a little overly confident.
Well,
yeah.
If we can devise a little game or activity where we can test that theory, I'm all ears. There's lots of ways to reach out to us. Again, you can email us, knockknockhi@human-content.com. Visit us on our social media platforms. We're on all of them. Hang out with us in our Human Content Podcast family on Instagram and TikTok @Human Content Pods. Thanks to all the wonderful listeners leaving feedback and reviews. Oh, we love those reviews. If you subscribe and comment on your favorite podcasting app or on YouTube, we can give you a shout out. Like at Sophie Allen 4129 on YouTube said, Glaucs, you should film Will's eye exam. It would be so interesting.
Don't think I haven't thought of that.
Who's going to give me my exam?
I mean, I will if I have to.
You don't know the first thing about examining an eyeball.
So what? You need somebody to do it.
Right.
You have so many partners that could do that. What do you mean, who's going to do it? Just make an appointment like the rest of us.
See you in 3 months. All right. So, full video episodes are up every week on my YouTube channel at @Glauc. I always have a Patreon, lots of fun perks, bonus episodes, where we react to stuff. Hang out with other members of the Knock Knock High community. We're active in it. We're also at free episode access, interactive Q&A live stream events, much more. Patreon.com/Glauc or go to glaucandpluggin.com. Patreon community perks. Ready?
Do it.
New member shout out, Mythology Nut.
Ooh.
Welcome, Mythology Nut. We don't have a Mythology Nut in our team.
Yeah.
Now it's
New
you.
role.
What's that?
New role.
New role. Mythology Nut. Random shout out to all the, not random, a directed shout out to all the Jonathans, Patrick, Lucia C, Sharon S, Omar Edward K, Stephen G, Jonathan F, Marion W, Mr. Granddaddy, Caitlin C, Brianna L, KL, Keith G, JJ H, Derek and Susanna, Mary H, Susanna F, Jenny J, Muhammad K, Aviga Parker, Ryan, Muhammad L, David H, Jack K, Medical Meg, Bubbly Salt, and Pink Macho. Woo, I usually do much better than that. Patreon Roulette. Shout out to someone on the emergency medicine tier, Raymond S. Thank you, Raymond S., for being a patron. And thank you all for listening. We're your hosts, Will and Kristin Flannery. I don't know. I was thinking I had to add something else there. Wait, that is us,
the
right?
Glauc
Yes.
Plugins,
The
maybe?
Glauc Plugins,
Yes.
that's it. Our
Yep.
executive, I feel like I normally say something else there, but anyway. Our executive producers are Will Flannery, Kristin Flannery, Aaron Corman.
It is okay to just speak normally. That would be fine.
Okay. Will Flannery, Kristin Flannery, Aaron Corney,
Do it in your best
Rob
radio
Goldman.
voice.
and Shanti Gray. Our editor and engineer is Jason Pertise. Our music is by Omar Binsvi. To learn about our programming here at NPR, you can go to Knock Knock High's program disclaimer, ethics policy, submission, verification, licensing terms, and release terms. By the way, we had a wonderful email sent by Cachet. I'm going to say Cachet.
That's a cachet.
Cachet. Said, hi, could you please explain your submission, verification, and licensing terms, please? I'll be waiting for the emergency podcast. We will not be doing that today. You can go to glaucandplugin.com or
Maybe a
reach out to
bonus
us
episode.
join our Patreon.
Yeah.
Bonus episode where we explain our program disclaimer and ethics policy. Reach out to us, knockknockhigh@human-content.com with anything. I don't know, stuff. Knock Knock High is a human content production.
Knock, knock. Goodbye.
Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
What do you think about my Dax co-pilot?
He's
here?
very cute. Almost
Isn't
as
he?
cute as mine.
Oh, he's great. He just sits right there.
I know.
Can I tell you about Dax?
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, man. It's fantastic. The Dragon Ambient Experience from Nuance. They call it Dax Copilot.
That's cute.
Yeah. He helps with documentation burden,
Uh-huh.
reducing burnout. In fact, 80% of patients say their physician is more focused using the Dax Copilot. That's huge.
That's pretty
We all
good.
want to be able to connect more with our patients.
Right.
And all the documentation we have to do now, it makes it almost impossible.
Yeah. Easy to burn out.
Absolutely.
At your job.
And 85% of patients say their physician's more personable and conversational.
I like that.
I need help being conversational
You
sometimes.
do.
And Dax is one of those things that can help you get there. So to learn more about the Nuance Dragon Ambient Experience or Dax Copilot, visit nuance.com/discover Dax. That's nuance.com/discover DAX. Thanks for watching the episode. You can find more on that playlist over there. If you prefer to listen or you just had your eyes dilated, you can binge full episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Or join the party over on Patreon, where you get early access episodes, hang out with us, get lots of exclusive bonus content. Hope you subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.